Did you know it could take anywhere between 4 to 6 months to release a 30-second television advertising spot? Yes, that's true. But if you have ever given a thought to how a television advertising spot is actually made, then this video is perfect for you. Because I'm going to take you guys through the entire process of ad making in an advertising agency. So without further ado, let's get started. They say you need to know things or know the reasoning or the efforts gone behind something to appreciate it for yourself. But because I have worked in advertising, I know for a fact that the amount of efforts that go in for making that 30-second television spot is a lot. But not everyone has worked in advertising. So I do not really expect you guys to get that feeling. But we are living in a place where a lot of times when we come across these advertising spots on TV while we are looking at your favorite television series or you're watching a cricket match or something like that, more often than not, the one button that we click on our remote is that of mute. Okay, so we have stopped appreciating these things, but these things still influence you, right? So it's not a part wherein you can just look at an advertisement and go ahead and buy the product. It's not that direct, but it still has an influence on you. So wouldn't it be amazing to find out what goes behind making an advertising spot? Because I believe when you guys come to know how an advertising spot is actually made, you might appreciate the efforts that the advertising guys put in. Let's start with some introduction on advertising. Before we delve into the actual content of the video, let me just put in a sort of disclaimer. The term advertising that's used here is used very loosely, okay? But what I am referring to are only the television advertising spots. Those advertising spots that you've been skipping all this while, and those advertising spots that cost multiple brands of the same advertising spots, for which a lot of advertising guys have sleepless nights. But what are the reasons to know what goes behind a television commercial making? Now, there have been a lot of people who've come to me and told me that because I've worked in an advertising agency, they've come to me and told me that, I want to join XYZ advertising agency, and XYZ advertising agency is just like the perfect place for me to join because I am so creative. I've done so many things in my life. I feel that advertising is just the right place for me. There are other set of people who've also told me that advertising is so glamorous that I want to be a part of it. Most of them are not aware of is the fact that with the glamour comes a lot of sweat and efforts. So there have been times when I have spent days and nights in an advertising agency ensuring that my whatever deliverables reach my client on time. And these are things which make up most of your day when you're working in an advertising agency. Through this video, I want you guys to get that perfect feel of what it's like working in an advertising agency. And this video is more so aimed at those people who think from the outside that advertising is something that they want to do. But I think this video will help you get a better understanding whether you're fit for this industry or not. Now let's look at the various departments in an advertising agency. The first one, account management or client servicing. Now I call them the lifeblood of advertising agencies. These are people who are responsible for the end-to-end delivery of the content that goes out to your client. Other people might refer to them as the perfect middlemen. Why? Because these are people who get the information from the client and then segregate that information to other departments within the agency. Since I worked in the account management or the client servicing department, I have a better idea about how this particular department works and how working without this particular department can get a little difficult for the agency in general. So as someone working in the client servicing department, you will be responsible for getting the client brief in, understanding the client brief yourself, and then being able to explain the same to the creative department and the planning department. So it all starts off from the client servicing guy. Next, account planning. Now, your account planning guys are the ones who will provide you with the first step towards your advertising campaign. These people are also referred to as market research guys. They will give you a base based on which your advertising campaign is further designed. Lastly, the creative department. Now, this is probably the most important department in an advertising agency. Now, your creative department is almost irreplaceable when it comes to the functioning of an agency. After you get the client brief and your planning department has the base on which your entire ad campaign will be based on, you go into the stage of getting in your creative people on board. Now, the creative department is also divided into two other areas, which is art and copy. Art is your graphic visualizers and graphic designers, and you have copy guys who work on the copywriting bit of the content. Now, please note these are not the only departments in an advertising agency, and the functioning of an advertising agency can differ based on the strength of employees that they have. The top agencies have these as their departments, plus have other departments like your finance department, there is a legal team, there is a production, etc. So all those are also taken into account. But for this particular video, I just wanted to keep it very basic with the most important three departments. Now let's jump into the actual process of creating an ad spot. Please note that the process may differ based on the client and the agency under consideration. However, the majority of the steps still remain the same. Step 1. Client brief. The first step has to be the client brief. Now, what is it when it comes to the client brief that you need to understand? First and foremost, you need to understand that a client brief can be very basic or it can be elaborate. What I mean by very basic is that it can just be a one-liner that says, we need to introduce this toothpaste variant in the market. Or it can be something more elaborate, something like, this is the product that we are introducing, this is the target audience we want to target, this is what the competition is doing, etc. It can be a brief understanding, but details have been provided. So that's the first step in this process. Step 2. Planning route or market research. Now that we know a little more about the client brief and what we need to work on, the second part that we need to do is just come up with the plan of action. Plan of action in this case is the broader zone that we need to target to reach the desired consumers. Now, it can always be the case that if you're introducing something completely new, the agency might end up looking at another market research in a specific area. So say for example, a new product is being introduced in a particular region. Now that region has not been tapped into by the brand in the past. Then I need to know the preferences of consumers out there, and I might have to get into some sort of market research to understand things better. Step 3. The creative approach. Now that we know the broad space that we are going to target and the market research is already in place, we put in the creative guys. Now the creative guys will then look at the broad story or idea that we need to pitch to the consumers. This creative idea may not be a singular one in nature. More often than not, agencies tend to give 2 or 3 options to the client so that the client has a variety to choose from. Step 4. Storyboards. Once your creative route is finalized, the creative department then works on a 30-second ad spot script. Now this script is normally used for testing and market research. But in advertising, more often what we end up doing is that we convert the script, which is the words, get converted into something known as storyboards. Now these storyboards are very similar to what we have as comic strip illustrations. And these comic strip illustrations or storyboards are then researched in market. Now this research can be through images itself, or it can then be turned into a particular film or a video which is known as animatics, wherein the actual story is depicted using animation and the same is tested with consumers. Step 5. Market research. Now this testing with consumers or the market research is the next step. Your brands normally hire a marketing research agency that can have the desired resources, wherein you can figure out whether these can be tested in specific markets and what kind of consumers you need to get in touch with. More often than not, when it comes to a particular brand, you are opting for consumers who are using your brand, and you're also opting for consumers who are using your competitor's brand. So this happens in the case of a focus group that we take into account normally for market research, and this is done through storyboards or animatics. Of course, the entire process of market research is very detailed, and there are a lot of parameters that go in, but this video is not specific to that, and hence I want to avoid talking about it a lot more here. But let me know in the comment box below if you're interested in another video on market research, and I'll come up with something for you guys. Step 6. Shoot. The next step is shooting. Now, shooting is the most crucial one, and it depends on the script that you have in place, whether the location needs to be outdoor or can be shot in a studio. Irrespective, the shooting process can be a long one, because you need to decide people based on, you need to decide the location, you need to decide casting, etc. And it does take up some time. Step 7. Post-production. Post-production stage. Probably the stage I was rather most scared of, because this is the toughest job in the entire process. That's because when it comes to post-production, you need to ensure that your ad spot is exactly 30 seconds. And why does that happen is because the media guys have given you an ad spot of only 30 seconds between a particular show. Okay, so your edits which have been shot are shot from like different angles. There are different scenes that come in, etc. So you know that your content is 1 or 2 hours long, but you need to cut that down to like 30 seconds or so. That can be a really daunting task. Step 8. Media planning. This step is normally outsourced to a media planning agency, which is responsible for getting the best rates and the best spots for the advertising campaign. Now, when it comes to deciding which spot goes where, they take into account multiple things. Firstly, where are your target consumers located? Like, say for example, if your product is targeting kids, I will be more likely or more inclined towards using a television channel targeted towards kids. That is one of the way of looking at it. Other thing is the budget allocation. Every channel cost or every show cost will differ based on the TRPs. So we need to have a perfect understanding of what shows to target, what channels to target, etc., keeping in mind the budget constraints. Step 9. Airing. Now the final step is of course the airing of the ad spot. Now this entire process can take anywhere from 4 to 6 months, but it can also happen in a matter of 2 weeks or so. It all depends on the need that the client puts in, and advertising agencies have been known to deliver things as soon as possible. So it can be done in 2 weeks as well, provided your shoot etc. is in sync with the location availability etc. Conclude, I hope you guys got a basic idea about how an ad spot actually comes on air. Now this does sound exciting because you do have the entire liberty to work on the brand as you may see fit, but of course your client needs to give you an approval. You cannot just go overboard and just come up with something very creative and then be like, okay, this is the ad spot that goes on air. There are multiple things that come into picture. There are disclaimers, and depending on your product, there can be some legal things that you might have to take into account as well. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something out of it. If you did, you know the drill. Like, share and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification icon so that you come to know about any uploads in the future. Let me know in the comments below if you loved the video, because this was something different than what I've done in the past. But I just wanted you guys to get a basic idea about what it's like working in advertising. If you need more such video ideas or something like that, please let me know in the comments below and I'll come up with something for you guys. Until next time, bye bye.